right.
It's my first time seeing you guys tonight, so no pressure at all.
Oh, true.
What's up, guys? Matthew Scar here at Alexandra Palace, and today we're gonna talk guitars with Rick from Polaris. How you doing, man?
Very good, man. Nice to have you, and yeah, it's nice to be here. And
how's the tour so far?
It's been awesome. Yeah, it's usually by the end of the year everyone's kind of depleted and tired, but this tour has just been like just a special one to be out with. Like last time we were playing these kind of rooms was with Architects and Beartooth, so to be out here with Beartooth again, it's like catching up with old pals while also.
What's your favorite song by them?
Landmvrks? I mean, Landmvrks is like Creature, especially like every time they kick off the set with that song, I'm just like, oh, it's hard not to get like in the crowd for it. But Beartooth is a tough one. It's like I'd say something like The Lions, because like like all the first release songs are like hold a big place for me. But at the same time, now I'm out on tour with them, and every single time I hear Attention, it's stuck in my head for the next like. Well, actually, I heard it on the first day of tour. It's still stuck in my head today. I heard them sound checking it just earlier, and I was like, screw you guys. That song is way too catchy. So. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe me, probably Body Bag.
Yeah, see, that's a good one as well. And Hated. It's just like all the songs they're playing live are just like reinvigorating all that love that I had for them. So yeah, it's too hard to pick.
How was last night in Manchester, man?
It was really good. Yeah, no, that was one of the best ones. Like we kind of came off that, and we were all kind of debating whether that was the best show or Paris or Munich or. Yeah, so it's been good where like each show is kind of starting to top the last one.
Yeah, tonight London needs to top it up.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got high hopes.
Good. Let's see some axes.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, we'll start with the closest to me. This is actually this was put out a little while ago. This is my inspiration series with Mayones. It's got some microfiber fluff in there, but that's just because we take care of it.
Clean fretboard.
Yeah. So this is a Duvel model with the Evertune. So what I did was finish the front, which is like a maple cap, and then the rest of the body is swamp ash, and then it's a maple neck with Wenge stripes down it.
And what gauges? You have like 1052?
This is 10 to 54 with a 74 on the bottom. It's actually weird. We use like an 8-string set just because that's like a bit more convenient, but we end up throwing out the 7th string and the 5th string, and we use a 59 instead of a 54. Right. So this is a 26.5 scale length, and previously like we had 25.5 years back, but once we went to the longer scale length, we kind of shifted around some gauges. But also this is the new tuning, so this is drop C sharp with a low G. Drop C with a low G. And
you got Ragnarok.
Ragnarok and a VH2. Yeah. See, you already know. You're telling me. No, it's an educated guess, I guess, at this point, because the other guitars.
I know you have bare knuckle. All
actually,
over.
no. Sorry, I lied. This is a polymath.
You changed it.
Yeah, so I used to be all about the Juggernaut. Then over time, I was like, okay, taste is changing. I want something fresh, and I went to the Ragnaroks, which served us well. We used those through the death of me.
What did you like about the Ragnarok in specific?
I think it was just like it had a bit more like clarity in the mid-range as opposed to like really just kind of that Juggernaut aggression. Like Juggernauts are just like so pokey and like they cut through everything, which is great, but after a while you kind of want something to like sit back and kind of like fill the space rather than like poking through the space at all times. And I feel like the Ragnarok just has a bit more of like a palatable way of doing that rather than the Juggernaut, which is almost just like high gain EMG kind of vibe where it's hitting you in the face at all times. But now with the polymath, it's kind of just like that next step again where it's like a little bit smoothed out, a little bit different in like the high
refreshing
end. Yeah, exactly. And that's more the point is like, I'm pretty sure I could pick up any of the bare knuckle pickups these days and be able to get along with it. But it's just like after every 2 or 3 years, I'm like, okay, let's try another one, see what we go with. And the polymath's been really sick. So
with the bare knuckle, you started with the Aftermath? Was like the
very, very first one. Yeah, I used that for like, I actually got like a custom UK guitar from a fella named Sigary. He was a custom builder who ended up kind of making off with a lot of people's orders and not fulfilling stuff by the end of it. So I was one of the lucky ones to actually get a guitar that had aftermaths in it. And then, that was the only guitar I had aftermaths with. But I did like that guitar. It was a Black Machine copy.
Do you still have your very first guitar?
I don't actually, no. Because I got like a crappy Strat, as everyone does, and like a nylon string acoustic. And then I got a Schecter Revenger, which is like the Sinister Gates Avenger model, but it was a Floyd Rose, just like production model.
Okay.
And Floyd Roses, man, I can't get around them. Like, since going to an Evertune, it's like, okay, well that's what I like with every single guitar. And if I was to get a floating bridge, it's not going to be a Floyd. every single person I talk to now, they're like, oh yeah, Floyd Roses are cool. I just block mine. It's like, yeah, okay. So yeah, not much use. But yeah, so 26.5-inch scale with this one. And then it kind of leads into the next guitar because with this, I was like, okay, I'm like really happy with this. It was like really refreshing to play a Duvel instead of a Regius. But then with this one, I was like, okay, let's kind of go same, but different. So instead of 26.5, it's 25.5. Right. And instead of just the finished front, it's now got the full finished body. Still Swamp Ash underneath with the maple cap, but with a Wenge dominant and maple neck instead of maple with Wenge. So kind of just shortened the scale length, inverted the neck woods, and for this one I've got polymats in both the bridge and the neck. So no VH2. I do really like the VH2 now that after like changing, but I don't know, there's something about the polymats as well. I also got like a little custom etch. Don't know if you'd be able to see it in there, but like a little kind of Damascus metal etch that Bare Knuckle did for me, which is very sick.
And you got like 1052 here?
Yeah, this is a 10-54 with a 70. So just a straight 10-54 with a 70, but the 46 is replaced with a 36, which gets a bit confusing. Again, it's like we have a whole set of strings that we use, and then you have to chuck out one of those strings to change it. So I think it's about time we start just using singles for everything.
The first one you show me is for the new stuff mostly.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the drop C sharp with a low G sharp. So like, you know, Pray for Rain, Lucid, things like that. And then this one's Nightmare, Inhumane, Fault Line, and All in Vain. So just stuff off the new record, but it's getting quite a playing recently.
Do you actually have a favorite part of this set list at the moment to play?
It's always fun to play Hypermania. I don't know what it is about that song. Just being on like a 6-string and just worrying about mostly power chords is like kind of a refreshing thing after, you know, playing songs like Nightmare, which is just like quite literally, I say to the guys, but it's like Nightmare is just go, 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 go until the second verse.
That song, man, is literally one great riff after the other. And
like finally in the second verse.
As well.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like you know, you do the extra work there. It feels like one good riff wasn't enough, two good riff wasn't enough, and then there's always a little variation here and there.
Yeah.
Trying to refresh the song as it goes on. It
can be a bit punishing to do that, but that's usually the thinking that we have, where it's like we can hear something repeat, but eventually we go, okay, well, we've heard version A, version B, version C. Now that we're playing it for the third time, we should probably get a version D in there and stuff like that. So where it's like, but no, that song was a fun one to kind of come together, but. Yeah, it's just an absolute workout. So as much as I enjoy playing it, as much as I enjoy people singing along to the chorus, once I'm done with it, I'm like, all right, sweet, get to relax a little bit.
Okay.
Especially that chorus, god damn. Just keeps going. But yeah, all right, lucky last. We have the only Regius of the bunch now. I used to have a 7-string Regius, but this blue guy's kind of retired that. So this is getting old now, this guitar. It's like, I think I got it in 2018. And so similar vibe, maple cap with a Swamp Ash back, except this is roasted. So that's why it's a bit darker.
Roasted maple?
Yeah, so, no, roasted Swamp Ash for the body. Sorry. Yeah, so roasted Swamp Ash and then Wenge dominant neck. This is the polymath set as well. This used to have, like when I first got it, I think it was a Juggernaut. It might have actually been a Juggernaut match set in this. No, Juggernaut Ragnarok. This was the first guitar where I tried the Ragnarok as something different. And then over time, I got the nice
set. So it was first both Juggernaut, then the Ragnarok, and now polymath.
Yeah. So slowly making that shift. Some guitars at home still have the Juggernaut in them. Some still have the Ragnarok in them. But honestly, like, it's kind of tough because I'll pick up my old 6-string. Like I had a purple one, which was the first guitar I got from Mayones, and that's got Juggernauts in it still. And I'll pick that up and start playing it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really nice. And I'm like, oh, but I don't want to go back down this road. Like it took me so long to get away from this. So as much as I feel like I've moved on, you know, there's always, you go back to it and you realize, oh, maybe the grass is greener where I was. But no, the polymaths is sick. I really like them. I really like these guitars too. Have a feel. That's honestly one of my favorites. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. The Regius just, I don't know, it's like a perfect blend of modern and classic, yeah.
The first thing I always check is just the neck.
Yeah, you just want to feel that, yeah.
Nice one.
Oh, if you want to feel a neck though.
You have a very clean fretboard, like nothing on it.
No, yeah, I've always wanted to like get an elaborate kind of inlay or something, but when push comes to shove, I just can't come up with a good idea. So better to leave it simple and classy rather than chuck something on there and then regret it. I mean, that's the same. Yeah. That's the same reason I don't have any tattoos. I can't make my mind up.
Yeah, clarity.
Yeah.
Clarity.
But no, if you like feeling a neck, you got to feel the neck on this blue one. Because that's just got the open grain instead of the finished neck, so you get to really feel the wood, which is nice. So yeah, that's drop C sharp as the low 6, and then the high 6, and then the lowest string is a G sharp.
Crunchy.
Yeah, Mateus actually, works out at Mayones, love you Mateus, he brought that out on the first day of tour, and I was just like, holy shit. And he's like, do you think you'll play it on this tour? And I was like, I don't think I have a choice.
To start the tour, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be playing this every day. So very, very thankful for him and all of the people at Mayones.
Who was your guitar hero growing up?
I think probably Sinister Gates. Like, I don't know, it was weird because I didn't grow up in very much of a musical household, so music was like around but never really like focused on by anyone. And then as I kind of grew up, I started playing games actually just started playing video games more, and soundtracks with like bands like Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged Sevenfold and like even Disturbed and shit like that. Like just kind of like started to get my brain going and be like, oh, like music's pretty cool and like these heavier bands are really cool. And yeah, I think like once I was fully into guitar, like Avenged Sevenfold was probably the pinnacle where I was just like, oh, I want to play shit like that, which is funny because I never really
easy
like
stuff to play, man.
No, and I never learned like almost any of it. So as much as he was my idol, it's like I learned a few Avenged Sevenfold riffs and then I kind of just started writing for us.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn a Tornado of Souls solo for I don't know how long, man.
Yeah,
I'm
good
still
luck,
not
man.
Getting it, man.
No, I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, I guess playing the songs live is usually where you kind of like get a different perspective of stuff, and I don't know if any songs have stood out. I think maybe Harbinger kind of stands out in a different way, because when we were writing that, we were all like a little bit apprehensive of like doing that slow burn intro after having something similar with Pray for Rain. But once we finally got to play that song live and like kind of feel the effect that it like created, it's like, okay, this isn't going to be a song like Pray for Rain that we play for years and decades or whatever to come. But at the same time, it's like it was so cool to have like another moment to do a track like that. The rest of the album.
What about Parasite? Was a difficult song to write? Was a easy song once you got?
I mean, it was a difficult song to record once I got to that riff and the like the hook riff, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, but no, I guess I don't think about it differently. But yeah, maybe I would have bumped the tempo down a few BPM to make it easier. No, I don't know. You're like, hindsight is 20/20, and there's no real regret. So yeah, fortunate for that.
What song would you pick to introduce the band to someone new?
I guess that's a tough one as well. It's like it kind of requires like a bit of like extra information. It's like, oh, so what do you listen to? And if they're just like, oh, you know, top 40 whatever, then it's like, maybe try Masochist, maybe try With Regards or Overflow. Whereas if someone's like, oh, I like Parkway Drive and, you know, Suicide Silence or whatever it may be, then it's like, okay, well, listen to Dissipate or listen to, I don't know, like there's so many different ways you can go about it. Like even now, like we kind of go, oh, like Inhumane introduced a little bit of like a new metal-ish sound to us. So if someone's like, oh, I like much more of that kind of like low-tuned, bow-de-bow music, then it's like, well, give this track a listen. So it kind of depends, and that's what we've always done with our writing, is like try to cover as much ground as we can without feeling like it's just a mess and like going in every direction. And so it's kind of the same way, like when people come up to us, or even online when we release a record, like it's so often that every single song will be highlighted as people's favorites, and I don't think that's like a matter of like, one song is better than the other, but it's just the fact of the difference in approach, the difference in sound, the difference in genre. Even just subtle tweaks can mean that it matters so much more to someone else. So yeah, it kind of matters. Like it kind of just determines like what are they listening to, what are they liking, and then you can kind of like extrapolate like, okay, well maybe this song of ours would be for you. And you know, it's worked with my parents before, so it can work with anyone.
Can you describe each member of the band with one word?
Oh, I can explain the whole band in one word.
Okay.
Loud.